Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to be taking one of the most famous high-speed trains in Europe. Traveling at 300 km per hour, the Eurostar will take me from here in Paris Gare du Nord to London St Pancras in the UK. I'll be traveling in Eurostar Standard, which is the basic class on board the Eurostar. I'll be traveling from the beautiful city of Paris to the French countryside and through the tunnel under the English Channel, and along the way I'll be showing you everything that you can expect on this quick journey across nations. So join me today on this awesome journey on the way to the British capital. Good afternoon from Paris. After spending a couple of delightful days here and visiting some of the amazing sights that Paris has to offer, it's time to get back home to the UK. I visit Paris very often and I highly recommend you take one of these sunset cruises along the Seine. It's the first time I tried it and it was absolutely amazing. And here we are on a beautiful summer day just outside the iconic Gare du Nord station. Located in the 10th arrondissement of Paris, close to city center and other famous landmarks, including the Louvre and the Seine, the station is a great gateway into the city, being about 2 miles away from either. The station is also very well connected to the city's public transport network, the station being served by the metro, bus services, as well as the famous RER, the regional train service of Paris. The station's neoclassical architecture is a real standout, and its grandiose train shed is the perfect way to start today's international journey to the British capital. The Gare du Nord, officially Paris Nord, is one of the 7 large railway stations in Paris and is being served by trains that run from the capital towards northern France, including our own, heading north on the line to Lille. Paris Nord is Europe's busiest train station with nearly 300 million annual passengers per year. For the departures to London, as soon as you enter the station, follow the signs leading to hall number 2. Once there, you'll be able to see this large stairway with the escalator taking you up to the departure area for the UK. Once up there, you will be directed by the informative signs to the train that you will need to take. The signs are time-based and you'll be able to see the line you need to stand in order to complete the boarding process. First stop will be the ticket gates. In here, you can scan your tickets or present them to an attendant. This is the booth for the attendant where they will check your tickets. After the ticket check, you will be met with 2 passport controls, one to exit France and another one to officially enter the UK. Last stop will be a quick luggage check, where you'll put your luggage through the scanner and pick it up on the other side. As soon as we're done, the boarding is completed. Here we are in the lounge above the tracks. In here, you'll find a duty-free shop, a souvenir shop, and a relay, as well as a few other shops and eateries offering coffee, chocolate, or sandwiches. The lounge offers plenty of seating to relax in while waiting for your train to be called out on the lounge PA system. Once the train has been called, make sure to stand on the correct exit of the lounge. There are 2 exits identified by the number of the car you need to take. Entrance B here is for coaches 1 through 10 and exit A is on the coaches 11 to 16. Today's Eurostar to London will be the 1512 British Rail Class 374, also referred to as the Eurostar E320, an electric multiple unit passenger train part of the Siemens Velar family. Here we are heading down to the platform. I'm in standard class today in coach number 5. Our class 374 has a total capacity of 902 seats and measures 390 meters in length. It has 16 cars per unit and is capable of a maximum speed of 320 kilometers per hour or 200 miles per hour. As soon as you board your train, you'll find at the beginning and at the end of each carriage large luggage racks where you'll be able to store your large suitcases and backpacks. Standard class is in a 2x2 configuration with the usual mix of airline style seating and tables. Today I'll be standing on a bay of 4. Since we have a bit of time before departure, let's quickly check out the Wi-Fi on board. Eurostar Wi-Fi has always been decent, but the main problem is that it's not always easy to actually connect to it and stay connected. And in large portions of the journey, I experienced trouble connected to the internet at all, but when it does connect, the speeds are usually pretty good. And so we pull out of the station 2 minutes late at 3:14 p.m. After leaving Paris Nord, we'll travel for a few minutes through busy suburbs, meeting many regional trains along the way. The route for today's journey sees us heading north on the line to Lille before turning west from there and speeding through France into the Channel Tunnel before arriving into London. Our scheduled travel time is 2 hours and 18 minutes, covering 492 kilometers or 305 miles. Our 390 meter long train set doesn't take long before negotiating its way out of the French capital, quickly speeding up to its maximum speed of 300 kilometers per hour. Our Eurostar is divided into 10 standard and 6 first class coaches, with the Eurostar and Premier Plus designations. The Premier and Plus coaches are at each end of the train, forming coaches 1 through 3 and 14 to 16 respectively. After passing along just north of Charles de Gaulle International Airport, it's mostly a run along the French plains, with the train taking about an hour before reaching the northern French city of Lille. On the approach to Lille, the lines from Brussels and Amsterdam will join us on our way to the Channel Tunnel. This is Lille Europe station. The services from Paris don't stop here, the station being reserved for the trains from and to Brussels and Amsterdam, taking and leaving passengers in the northern city of Lille, offering great connections to the south of France. After passing Lille, we turn westward and head towards the English Channel, where we'll dive underneath for 25 minutes of darkness in the channel. Before arriving at the tunnel, let's have a quick review of the seat. The seats in the bays of 4 are adequate, complete with a large table which is extendable. And I would say decent legroom, nothing spectacular but decent. The seats themselves are relatively hard, but definitely okay for this 2-hour journey from Paris to London. Each guest gets its own plug underneath the seat. One thing to keep in mind with these table seats is this large pole that supports the table in the middle is not very comfortable and quite limits the space you have available. "30 minutes after passing through Lille, we passed through Calais-Fréthun station, which signals our imminent entry into the Channel Tunnel. As soon as the lines from the car shuttle join us, we plunge into darkness. This is the perfect time for me to give you a quick look at our Eurostar today. This is first class, which hosts the Plus and the Premier passengers. This is in a 2x1 configuration with larger seats and bigger legroom. Here's a quick look at the seat. You get a vanity mirror, a large tray table, with a couple of seat pockets as well. You get a footstool, a cup holder, an individual reading light. The seat itself has a little bit more padding than the ones in economy, and all in all, it's pretty decent. The standard class definitely looks much more cramped than the first class, but is still pretty comfortable, even when the train is full. You have plenty of space at the end of each car for your luggage. Here's also a quick look at the menu in the bistro. Now I caught a real glimpse of the bistro being empty. While I do like the design, it could definitely use a couple of chairs for people to sit at these tables. Although I do get the logic in keeping it without the seats in case of overcrowding. A very quick toilet check. The water unfortunately didn't work on this occasion. Everything else worked pretty decent. Unfortunately, the lack of water means you cannot wash your hands properly, and I cannot give the toilet good marks. 25 minutes later, we are plunged into the sun again after exiting the English Tunnel, which means our official entry in the UK. A few minutes later, we passed through Ashford International, one of the stations that the Eurostar was supposed to stop at, but unfortunately now it's only used for regional trains. On our way to London, we passed by all the usual sites, including the Medway, as well as the bridge under the M25, the motorway which encircles London. Essentially, once you see this bridge, you know there's only about 10 minutes left in our journey. Here we pass through Rainham Marshes on our way through to central London. And now we dive down to cross the City of London, only coming up for air for a quick second at Stratford International, another station built for the Eurostar, which unfortunately is not used by the Eurostar. We stay inside the tunnel for a few more minutes before we come out straight in the middle of London, a couple of minutes away from our destination. Now, since we're almost here, let's have a quick review. This journey is fast for the distance it covers, especially considering it's passing underneath the sea, which is an incredible feat of engineering. The train itself is pretty decent, but unfortunately, it could definitely use some improvements, especially in the seating department. Considering the price to take the Eurostar is usually close to £100, it should offer a better comfort, but all in all, I can never actually say that I've had a bad journey across the Eurostar. We arrived in London St Pancras at 16:34 with a 4 minutes of delay after 2-hour and 20-minute ride. Now we have to walk across the platform to the end of the station. Here, you can take the elevator and go down into the exit lounge. In here, just follow the signs, heading for the exit. The signs themselves take you about the old border force, which is no longer in use, through a couple of tunnels and into the busy concourse. As I am headed toward Euston Station to catch my connection to Manchester, I turn left and head towards the entrance of the metro. Anyway, that's everything for today. Let me know about your own experience on board the Eurostar, and if you enjoyed the video please don't hesitate to like, share, and subscribe for more videos with voiceover coming every week. Thank you so much, and see you all next time.